There's nothing not to like about Unrivaled. The reason I say that is because, in my opinion, it's entertaining basketball action that wouldn't have existed otherwise. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. So there's no, doesn't hurt you at all, its existence. If you do really enjoy it, you can watch as much of it as you want. If you kind of enjoy it, you can watch parts of it and not the rest of it. It's just something for the players. They get paid. They get to work on their game. They don't have to go overseas, a lot of them. They get to boost their name and their notoriety, their brand. They get equity in the league. And then for the fans, it's like, here's a product for you that did not exist, right? Like it was not here, and now it is. And this offseason was going to be forever. And now you have this. And Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark in the box together. You got they on the NFL, you got that. But, on the court, you've got Unrivaled. And in day 2 of Unrivaled, I thought you got more entertaining action. In the first game, Kate Martin was kind of the star, kind of the breakout player. She had the winning basket in the game. And Kate had a good all-around game, as you can see here, for her squad. There's the cut to win it for the Laces, who crushed the Phantom. Phantom looked rough out there. But for Kate Martin, I think it was kind of like a proving she belonged sort of moment, which is cool. Not that she didn't before, but she was a role player for the Aces, didn't play all that much, was sort of a sidekick in the minds of people to Caitlin Clark at Iowa, to the non-Iowa fans. Now she's being presented as the face of the Valkyries, but we haven't seen so much from her. I think that was a good showing for her on that squad. And then in the second game, Napheesa co-owns the league, and Napheesa got busy. I mean, she is just a terrific player, Queen Fee, as she is known. And she put on a show for the Lunar Owls and said, hooty hoo! They were saying that's an Outcast reference as well as an Owls thing. But if you go back and listen to old Outcast, you'll hear that. And you see Queen Fee here just getting right to the cup. Where's the defense? And that's the problem with that. This is from night 1, actually. Let me find her highlights from night 2. I thought I had pulled those up, or from day 2. Either way, Napheesa is going to get busy out there. And she got busy out there against the Rose in the second game. And the Rose are going to have problems guarding people because they keep putting 3-person teams out there with Chelsea Gray and Angel Reese on the floor together. That is not going to work. They're going to get cooked in transition because neither Gray nor Reese can get back quickly enough, and neither of them can move in space fast enough. And it's just a recipe for disaster. By the way, Skylar Diggins-Smith, who you saw there, had her second consecutive game winner because every game in Unrivaled ends with a game winner. But there you go with Queen Fee, little turnaround bucket. Directing traffic. See, she's got the space to operate. And unlike some of the other bigs, she can also put it on the floor and she can get to her own buckets, which changes things, changes the equation for her. And she could shoot it. So she's not like a lumbering big. The lumbering bigs are going to have problems in this wide open space game, but not like Napheesa, who's a bucket and is versatile, can do a lot of things, just extraordinarily skilled, as you see there. And there's Skylar getting it back, Alicia Gray out on the floor. But yeah, the Rose are going to get cooked. I'm telling you, you don't even see those players on the floor right now. They're still getting cooked. But I was watching the game, and they're really going to struggle if they have Gray and Reese and don't change up the personnel. It's nothing against either of them specifically. It's just the combination of players right there. They get beat by speed. Same, they're just not fast enough as a unit. Look, Angel can't close out fast enough, which lets Fee get into the paint, kicks it right out, wide open 3. Same thing here, just can't keep up with her. Same thing here. There's the transition. They're busted. They got back pretty well that time, but then trying to get over, can't. And there's a 2-handed block. Get that Out of here, Angel. So Napheesa Collier, to me, the two best players in the WNBA, to be honest, and I know this will piss some people off, I don't care, are Napheesa and Caitlin Clark. They're the two best players in the WNBA. They're the two first picks I would take on my team. Obviously, with Clark, you have to factor in, if you were just selecting from the league, how much popularity she brings. So she's the clear number one pick. I also think from ability, she'd be my number one pick, but Napheesa's right there. And Napheesa is just tremendous. What a player she is. Just a hell of a player out there on the floor. And let me say one other thing. The Elam ending, I know I talked about this probably in the other video, but to me, the Elam ending is, they call it the winning score in Unrivaled. All basketball leagues should adopt it. It's money. It's money like Kate Martin, right? Because when you look at the way it's structured there, so at the end, it means it's untimed for one, right? So there's no slowing the game down. There's no mucking it up with intentional fouls, all that crap. That's one of the good things about it. Two, there's a game winner every game. Three, it allows for comebacks. It allows for crazy comebacks because you can't run the clock out. So if you're locking up and you're scoring, you can come back from any deficit. And finally, it's the way you play basketball on the playground or in pickup. What are we playing to? 11? 15? Whatever it is, we're playing to that number. We're not playing with the clock ticking down. The only thing I think that could be a pushback against it is just new or it hasn't been used. It's like against tradition, if you will. And people don't like change. And, Unrivaled is a positive change, and they're trying some innovative things. Doesn't have to be your cup of tea, doesn't have to float your boat, but I'm a fan. I've seen enough that I'm a fan because it harms no one. There is no negative other than maybe somebody could get hurt, but that's it with anything. They could get hurt playing overseas. You could get hurt. That's the risk of being a professional athlete. And you could even make the argument not playing for that long is worse for you than having a long time off and then playing and keeping your body in rhythm. It's not like they're getting overworked doing Unrivaled. So after one weekend, I think it's a tremendous success. We'll see what the numbers say. We'll see what the metrics say. The audience will weigh in on that. There will be a verdict. I'm not going to shy away from if it's tanks. If it tanks, that's the number. That's what it is. I'm just giving you my personal opinion. And I know people saying, oh, you're spinning it, Robert. Yeah, I'm spinning it in a way because it gives me more content. And I'm covering it, of course. But it's also the truth. It's also what I think. So, yeah. And I know there were like even more thumbs down on my last Unrivaled video than my other videos. I don't know why. Why would you be against it?